Uh-oh. Busted.
Oh, busted. Little cookie on the way to the gym.
What do we got here, boys and girls? A refeed meal. Before we dive into this dirty little Five Guys. Look at that. If that doesn't put you 1 foot into the grave, then I don't want it. All right, before we get into this little refeed piece, what is a refeed and why are you eating a burger as a refeed meal? That's not clean, that's not cool. Everybody eats refeed meals. That's into this bodybuilding lifestyle. Your favorite pros probably do it. They definitely do it. Maybe it's not always a Five Guys, maybe it's something clean. Could be sushi. Sushi's clean, you know, sometimes, for the most part. But it could also be this dirty burger. Now, what are we looking for when we look for a refeed? Obviously, we want that surplus of nutrition in one sitting. We're on this regimented diet for X amount of days. We're getting lower in calories possibly. We're in this deficit. Our thyroid maybe is now down regulating. The food's scarce. Our body thinks we're in survival mode. What do we do here? Maybe let's give ourselves a break from this nutrition diet of this lifestyle we live. And let's go ahead and let's indulge in this refeed meal. This refeed meal is going to get us, one, a psychological break from this diet that we're on for so long or X amount of days. Two, we're also going to see our glycogen stores get filled out because we want it to be primarily higher in carbs and a large amount of it in this one sitting meal. Also, two, we have obviously protein here and fat as well. It doesn't always have to have those two, but that amount of protein, carbs, and fat, if it's in there, going to speed up our thermogenesis possibly. Also, too, like I said, that glycogen going to get our muscles nice and juicy, going to have a nice looking effect in the morning. Plus, two, it's going to help us with our fat loss. What are we going to do with this fat loss here? This fat loss is going to come from this food going in our system. This food going in our system from being in that low calorie deficit or that cutting phase is now, hey, reintroducing food. We're have more food. We're tricking our body into thinking that now it's on this upscale of calories when in reality it's not. So we have these meals, let's say every 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how the progress is going, allowing our bodies to get a rest from that diet, and eventually, allow us to make a little bit more cut or aggressive cut, okay? Pretty simple, for the most part. So, best time to do it, like I said, 3 to 4 weeks, possibly. It depends what your progress is looking like. There's so many factors that are going into this. There's no one cookie cutter answer fix all. But if you are in that deficit for a long amount of times, also too, you're noticing that maybe your hunger, going through the roof because our thyroid is also down regulating. So with the thyroid down regulating, we have this meal, we're trying to boost it up again. Once we boost it up, we can now expedite that fat loss process once again by tricking our bodies with this extra nutrition that we now have in our body, okay? Like I said, we can have the clean ones, or we can have these dirty ones. Now, why on earth would we choose dirty and clean? Well, we're trying to give our body something that it isn't used to. So if I'm used to eating chicken and rice, let's say, just throwing out a random example, if I'm used to eating chicken and rice and I go ahead and I throw this dirty meat patty, whatever this is, chuck meat, into my system, your body goes, whoa, what is this? Obviously for the person that has been dieting for a while and is actually on a, we're not doing refeeds out here if we're eating like this, 3 times out of the week, okay? So we throw this in our system, the body goes, whoa, this is, we ain't used to this, what's going on? This is some different type of food. It shocks our system. This isn't some high, crazy technology, advanced scientific stuff. What do I see on here? Tons of salt, way more salt than I ever put in one meal. What do I see here? Tons of carbs, way more carbs than I have in my normal meal. Tons more fat, that's what I'm talking about. A lot different profile of those macronutrients are in this meal versus the normal meals that I eat. That's what's creating that shock. We can also have those clean ones too. Those clean ones are good, but this right here is more of that psychological break with these dirty foods. So the clean ones, we might be looking at that sushi. Sushi's super high. Let's say 4, 5 rolls, whatever, for however X amount of weight you are. That this is, we want that huge surplus overall. That's the general theme we're looking for here. So that once again is shocking us. All this sodium in one meal, all these carbs in one meal, all these fat maybe from salmon in that sushi in one meal. Boom, we're shocked, and now we're getting into it. Let's get that dirty little burger piece. They put cheese on here. they put cheese on here. First bite, dislocate my jaw like an anaconda. Mmm. I feel that damn pulmonary valve, you know, we gotta give out. Heart ain't flowing the same anymore. Another thing, before we wrap this up, the clean versus the dirty. Like I said, more of a psychological with this dirty one, okay? Obviously I have cravings, you know. My other go-to is a Philly cheesesteak. Is it the best? Not really. Would I do this every once in a while? Yes. Would I buy more refeeds, beef sushi and stuff like that? Yes. But dirty meals, you probably don't want to have these or refeeds, you know, once, 2 times every, 2 weeks, things like that, okay? Probably want to stick to the more clean stuff. End up boosting up that cholesterol, and lipid profiles are going to look real ugly, and the heart's going to start performing pretty bad, especially if you're not on that stair stepper going up that piece, you know, like you're supposed to. But that's it. Just want to wrap it up, give you guys a little bit of information on these refeed meals, the benefits of them, a little bit of a summarization maybe, trying to take away all that, you know, scientific stuff. Go ahead, search up if you want to. There is research out there on them. I listed most of it right here for me. You don't want, you know, the research, you don't want to read it, just listen to me. I'll show you guys that picture in the morning tomorrow. I'm telling you right now, it's going to look pretty filthy because the way my calories have been looking, the deficit I've been in for a while. But once again, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your day. And yeah, just start incorporating these when you're trying to make some actual, you know, cuts in some shreds. Okay?